one laptop, no office, no team. And by the time this story ends, that laptop will be doing the work of 40 people, and you'll be the only one who can't clock out. Level 1, the hour. You're 26 and it's 11 p.m. and you just finished a logo package you priced too low because you didn't know your own time was worth more. $40 an hour. No contract, no retainer, no safety net, just a client, an invoice, and whatever hours you can survive. For the first time, your income has no ceiling stamped on it by someone else. Then you do the math. A week only holds so many hours, and half of yours vanish answering emails, chasing invoices, explaining scope to people who don't want to pay for it. You raise your rate to 80, then 120. The ceiling doesn't move, it just gets more expensive to hit. You are not rewarded for your skill. You are rewarded for hours nobody else can sell for you. And the day you run out of hours is the day you find out your business was never a business. It was a very good job with no boss.
Level 2, the package. You stop selling time and start selling a result. A finished website, 7 days, $4,000 flat. Same work, different physics. When you build hourly, speed costs you money. Now, speed is profit you get to keep. Word spreads, orders stack up, and a designer messages offering to take the overflow for $2,600 a month.
Your cursor sits on yes. Then you open a new tool instead, point it at the exact drafts he offered to handle, and keep the $2,600. That's the first hire you never make. You are not paid for the work anymore. You are paid for the employee you didn't hire, and you'll spend the next 5 years discovering that every refusal like this one gets more expensive to keep making. Level 3, the list. The thing that sells while you sleep never starts as a product. It starts as attention you don't have to rent. So you publish, daily, publicly, to strangers with the exact problem you already know how to solve. Almost none of it lands, but the math underneath is the whole point. A customer who finds you through a paid ad costs real money every single time. A customer who's read you for a year costs almost nothing because trust was already built before you asked for anything. Your family starts forwarding you job listings, gently, the way you hand someone a coat when you think they're cold. You have no title to give them. You're building the one asset that appears on no bank statement, worth nothing until the morning it's worth everything. Then the list crosses 40,000 names, sitting in an inbox you own outright, and you realize you're holding the most valuable thing you've ever built and still haven't pointed it at anything for sale. You are not paid for what you know. You are paid for who already trusts you before you say a word. Level 4, the product. You take everything people keep emailing you to ask about and turn it into something that isn't your time at all. A course, a template, a tool. Build it once, sell it forever. And the 1,000th copy costs almost nothing to deliver. 87 cents of every dollar is margin. You launch it to the list, not to strangers, to the 40,000 people who already trust you. And in one weekend, you make more than a month of client work, asleep for half of it. Be honest about the number, though. After ad spend, refunds, platform fees, and taxes, a first-year creator usually keeps closer to 50 cents of that dollar, not 87. Still extraordinary, just not the fantasy version people sell you in the comments. With the product live, you make the cleanest decision of the climb. You fire every client, all of them, because a client owns a piece of your calendar and a customer owns none of it. You are not selling a product. You are selling the same hour infinite times and finally getting to sleep through the sale. Level 5, the gate. For the entire history of business, this was where people like you stopped. Software scaled infinitely, but building it required either learning to code or paying someone who already had. That gate is gone. You can't write a line of code, and you don't need to. You describe the exact problem you've solved by hand for years in plain language and watch a working product assemble itself. 10,000 customers at $100 a month is $12 million a year, and the 10,000th customer costs you almost exactly what the 100th one did. Nothing. Because software doesn't get tired. This isn't leverage or hustle. It's the only shape of business on earth where one person's math can legally reach 8 figures. And until this year, you were never let through the door. You are not building software. You are building the version of you that never has to sleep, never negotiates, and never asks for a raise.
Level 6, the invisible team. You swore you'd never hire, and technically you don't, but the work of 40 employees is still happening, spread invisibly across software, contractors in 6 time zones, and an assistant that answers 3 in the morning in a dozen languages without waking you. On paper, 0 employees. In reality, an entire company running with no name on a single payroll. You didn't remove the team. You replaced the team with a single point of failure, and that point is wearing your face. Level 7, the phone. The business runs itself for days at a time, so you finally take the trip you've postponed for 6 years. Then, at 3:11 a.m., somewhere with bad signal and a drink going warm in your hand, your phone lights up on the nightstand. The payment processor has frozen the account pending review. $10 million a year flows through it, and right now, it flows through nothing. There is exactly one human on Earth authorized to unfreeze it, and he's you. Every automated system escalates to a person when it breaks, and you built a company made entirely of automated systems, which means all of them escalate to the same one person forever. The fraud hold, the outage, the 2-factor code only your phone receives. In a 40-person company, that load is a department working in shifts. In yours, it's one name, one number, one face on one ID. You didn't build a company with no employees. You built a company with exactly one employee who can never be promoted, replaced, or allowed to quit. And it's you. Somewhere right now, someone is finishing a logo they priced too low, grateful for $40 an hour, certain that more money will finally buy them freedom. It will, just not the kind they're picturing at 11 p.m. tonight.